My name is Boureima Diallo. I'm a Fulani from Burkina Faso. The Fulani people are one of the people groups in Africa. And the particularity of the Fulani people is that they live in 21 countries of Africa, and they are traditionally nomads. Nomad meaning they move from one place to the other, and they are cattle raisers. And the Fulani people, as history shows, are one of the people groups that have spread Islam in West Africa to many other people groups. And the Fulani people live in the Gambia, right across to Sudan, and from Mauritania, right across to the DRC, that's the Democratic Republic of Congo. And we are estimated about 40 million people in Africa, according to certain statistics. So I'm a Fulani, I was a Muslim, and I was born in the rural village of Burkina Faso of a Muslim family. My father used to have 3 wives, and we are 18 in the family. We are born as Muslims, and one of the employees of my father was a retired state worker. He was the first ever forestry engineer of Burkina Faso. And in his retirement, he still have workers at home that he was paying. And one of them, who wasn't a Fulani, called Adama, was the one who ever shared the gospel with me. I remember once Adama asked me, Boureima, as a Muslim, what would happen to you if before God, your good deeds and your bad deeds are all equal? If they are 1 kilo, where are you going to go? That question that Adama asked really rattled me, and I didn't know what to answer, what to say. But I kept that question in my heart as I was talking to Adama in the following days and weeks, in the pursuit of finding the answer. What would happen to me if before God my good deeds and my bad deeds are equal? Where am I going to go? But Adama continued telling me that it is not by works, it is by grace through faith. That God has already done it through Christ, and all I needed to do is to receive it. But it was difficult for me, for in my understanding, no one in the village has ever been Christian, and also from the literature that Adama was giving me, I knew it was tough to become a follower of Christ, and I feared to say yes to Jesus. But he kept on telling me more about Jesus, and that brought me to the conviction that it is not by works, it is by grace. And then I received Christ. But he invited me to come to church, to his church, the church that he attends with him. And I feared that. And then Adama, said to me that the day I accepted to follow Christ, that I want to follow Christ that day, he said to me to inform my father. I really feared to informing my father, so I delayed it, I procrastinated. But he kept on encouraging me. And one day I spoke to my father, and I asked my father the permission to go to church. My father asked me, why do you want to go to church? The tone that my father used really scared me. I was concerned as what would happen to me. And so my father, after a long silence, said to me, I allow you to go to church, but I want you to be a good Christian. And my father really supported me in that. My father helped me when I was doing Bible studies by correspondence. He was paying the stamps so that I may do Bible studies by correspondence later on when I attended the secondary school. My father really helped me a lot. And 2 years after that, he died. And that's when things got a bit tougher for me. But I do thank God that God has protected me and helped me through all of that. And I would like to say that by the grace of God, right now what I do is that I'm making disciples amongst the Fulani, in Burkina Faso and also in other countries of Africa. And the way we do it is that we do it through a strategy called DMM, Disciple Making Movement. And that goes through prayer and accessing the communities and finding the person of peace, and then discipling the person of peace through Discovery Bible Studies. And through that, we see that people come to know Christ and decide to follow Him, and then we disciple them to become a church. That's what we have been doing. And our approach is holistic. And also we are aiming to do as much as we can in a sustainable way, in such a way that in the process of training these church planters, the missionaries, we are training them in skills for self-reliance, like tailoring and shopkeeping, doing restaurant, doing carpentry, operating grinding machines, doing cattle raising, doing agriculture, in such a way that after this 4 to 6 months training, those that we are training, they arrive in communities not as pastors, teachers, prophet, or bishop, even though these functions are necessary, but they arrive as service providers. And in the process of them providing their services, then they are meeting the people of peace that we are discipling. And again, we are discipling them so that we may make other disciples. So that our approach is holistic, in a way that we are looking at reaching out to the community as a whole through education. And we have a preschool and a primary school, and now we are aiming for a college and also for a university, whereby we can educate people so that they may better engage in the nation and also add better value and also have their share of contribution in the GDP of a nation. We also are investing in health, in a way that we are holding community health days quarterly, and we are in the process now of opening a medical center. We have got all the clear for now, and then we are looking now about opening it hopefully in July, this coming July. And we are looking forward to that. Through that, it will be a good platform to serve better the community and also to make disciples as well. We are also reaching out to community and also through business, in training people in entrepreneurship, and also through media and sport. So these are some of the aspects that we are using as platforms in making disciples amongst the Fulani in Burkina Faso and now in certain other countries of Africa. We would like to thank you for you are praying and you are supporting, and also you are looking at encouraging, and that's where we are at by the grace of God.